Hello everyone, welcome to Season 8, Episode 4 of Penn Sports Night. I'm Mia Hansen alongside Ava West, and we're here tonight to give you all the latest sports news with desk updates.
March Madness has officially come to an end, so let's recap all of the action. Starting with the men's side, the Michigan Wolverines defeated the Yukon Huskies 69-63 to win their second national championship. On the women's side, the UCLA Bruins dominated the South Carolina Gamecocks 79-51 to win their first national championship in program history.
The WNBA had their draft last night, welcoming a new generation of women's basketball players. UConn's AZ Fudd was drafted number 1 overall by the Dallas Wings, while the Minnesota Lynx selected Olivia Miles at second. There's a lot of anticipation surrounding the upcoming season for the W, as they're expecting 2 new expansion teams this season, including the Portland Fire and the Toronto Tempo. Their first inaugural season game debuts Friday, May 8th.
This past Sunday in Augusta, Georgia, Rory McIlroy became the first back-to-back Masters champion since Tiger Woods in 2001 to 2002 and the 4th overall. Briefly losing his lead on Sunday, he was able to take back control on the second 9 and take home his second green jacket.
Moving into University of Delaware sports, women's tennis got their 7th straight win on Sunday, their senior day, defeating Drexel 4-0. The Blue Hens improved their record to 19-4, with the game improving their home record to 21 straight.
Delaware softball completed their second straight Conference USA sweep this past weekend by defeating Middle Tennessee 4-2 on Sunday. Congrats, girls.
Lastly, Delaware men's and women's lacrosse are both having a successful season so far. The men's team holds a record of 4-7, and they hope to improve as the postseason inches closer. The women's team has an impressive record of 10-4 and officially clinched postseason after their 14-10 win against Coastal Carolina. Wishing them the best of luck this postseason.
That's all we have today here for you guys at Desk Updates. Make sure to stay updated with us on our socials down below. And now to hand it over to an interview with Phil Pyle.
Hi guys, today we are joined with Professor Phil Pyle from the University of Delaware. From being a D1 rower at Clemson University to working in corporate, owning a restaurant along the way, and now teaching at the University of Delaware.
Division I rowing requires an incredible amount of endurance and teamwork. How did that kind of just shape your experiences as you went on?
When I started rowing, I had no idea what that really entailed. I think when a young person gets into college, and particularly in D1, I could say D1, D2, or D3 sport, first of all, you don't factor in the commitment and time. So I'm up every day at 4. I'm on the lake at 5, off the lake by 7 to class, back on the lake at 3 in the afternoon, off the lake at 5, try to eat, get your classwork done, and then of course you got to get to bed. So I admire any student athlete because the time commitment alone is incredible. When it came to rowing, it's the ultimate team sport. If anyone is literally off by a quarter of an inch, the whole boat will start to move in a way that it should not move. And it makes a difference. So from there, but I was a young man at the same time too. And so I was dealing with a lot of issues of just being a young man, trying to date, whether I should go to a party or not, which was basically impossible. Because I was never free, and when I wanted to go to bed because I was so tired all the time. So I never really felt the pressure of an athlete per se, except obviously in the moment of competition. There's clearly that. But it was more or less just trying to find balance. We had classwork. We rowed year round, so it wasn't like there was no off season for us. And so if there was a pressure, it was trying to balance my academic load with the training and everything in between.
Speaking on what you've said about athletes and those things you weren't, do you think that being an athlete helps you overall in general in the business world or just in life with the traits you've learned?
Well, it in more ways than that. First of all, there's a direct link, for the most part, of effort in and then output. If you put nothing into your career, be it business, relationships, your marriage, your kids, if you put nothing in, you basically can expect to get nothing out. And I learned about the commitment of time. You can't just show up to practice occasionally. You can't just run. We used to start every practice with what we called a 5-mile sprint. That was every practice. So you can't just jog through that. You have to be on the water at a set time. So you got to get through that run fast. And it's the same with your life. You learn how to deal with setback, the failure, injury. Things set you back. A promotion didn't come. The client didn't work out the way you had hoped. Sports prepares you for those kind of things because you don't win every day, and 90% of your effort is never seen by anyone. All the time I put in on the lake, in the weight room, on an ergometer, no one saw any of that. No one saw any of that. And you're lucky as a rower for someone to show up at a race, outside your mom and dad. So I learned that you have to derive satisfaction from within. You have to find motivation from within because no one's going to give it to you in sport. I realized I'm just a coach. I don't play the game. I don't do this or that or this or that. It's the team. And I never put myself above the team. The coach is just to make sure that the players are the best they can possibly be. And my job is to set it up that way. If I have a member of the team who's not performing, I look within. What can I do as a coach, as the manager of the unit? What can I do to help that person excel? And oftentimes, I'm the problem. I'm the one that has to find a solution in order for my employees, or I always call them my team, in order to succeed. And again, sport taught me that.
Thank you guys for tuning in for this interview with Professor Phil Pyle. And again, thank you, Professor Phil Pyle, for interviewing of us. We really appreciate your time. And with that said, we're going to tune you guys into the next segment.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. Hot Takes is back. I'm Anthony Calvanese, here with Sean, as usual. But this time, obviously, Tony's not here, and his hate for Philadelphia sports is not here either. But I can fill in on the rest of the ways. I can support his Jets. We'll see that. We'll hear some about that later. But let's get right into it with some NFL hot takes. I'll throw it to you, Sean.
So for my early NFL hot take, I can see this upcoming season as like a redemption arc for Kyler Murray and the Vikings, man. He had some ups and downs on his time with the Cardinals, but him being in way better system with the Vikings, I can see him having a very good redemption year. And J.J. McCarthy, unless Kyler gets hurt, he's not going to see that field no more, man. It's wraps.
See,
it's wraps.
I will agree with you on the fact that, J.J. McCarthy is not a good quarterback, and Kyler Murray will probably start over him. But we really think Kyler Murray can see over his O-line still? You think that's going to, I know he's got Jettas now, but, is he really going to be that much better? I don't know. They're going to have him with, some stilts in his shoes when he runs around the pocket. He's a mobile guy, but, resurgence, I don't know. Better than what they currently have? 100%. But I'll go back. Another quarterback. Mm-hmm. Atlanta Falcons signed Headache Tua. I think this is his redemption arc. If they can protect him, Tua Tagovailoa is going to bring that Falcons team to the playoffs. I'm being serious.
What did you just say?
Tua.
Oh, my goodness, guys. I think the ghost of Tony Dean is controlling you right now. What are we talking about right now?
When your head coach focuses more on football and not hitting his vape on the sideline, you're better. Tua. Mike McDaniels, that was the coach on the sideline of that Dolphins team was a mess. So I believe that Tua is not that bad. Him and Jalen Hurts, cut from the same cloth.
Wow. Tua turned the ball over. That's what we got going to the playoffs. Are we serious right now?
Hey, if Kirk Cousins looks successful in that offense, I bet Tua can do it too. And I love my boy Kirk. My boy Kirk is going to take the Raiders. He's going to start over Mendoza all season, and he's going to have weapons. Brock Bowers is going to have breakout MVP season. I'm calling it right now because Kirk Cousins is going to feed his tight end.
Brother, I think we need to get you drug tested.
No,
yeah,
I'm a lover. I love Michigan State. I love Kirk Cousins. I believe. Just like another quarterback that you seem to hate, Geno Smith. What you got on my boy Geno?
Geno will be losing his job by week 2. Okay, I don't even know why the Jets even picked him up. The Jets, you guys are already a dysfunctional. I can't even describe the words. The Jets, they don't know what they're even doing. I think they're just like eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Let's just pick a trash player. I don't understand anymore. It's just I pray for all the Jets fans out there. I really do because it makes no sense. Geno will be losing his job by week 2.
There's a big Jets fan out there. Tony Dean.
Tony Dean,
Is
yeah.
Geno Smith a Tony Dean approved quarterback?
He would
Do you know?
probably, knowing Tony and his problems, he would probably say Geno Smith is the black version of Tom Brady. So I don't
Really?
even want to hear nothing about Tony.
Well, I feel like Tony could be right. This could be the year. This could be the legacy. Geno Smith's legacy is starting to snowball. Here we go. We finally gave him an opportunity and a team that nobody believed in. My hot take, Jets sneak into the playoffs. They're not going to go very far, Tony Dean. But I got you. Jets are in the playoffs this year. I'm not a big New York guy. The Giants, ugh. The Jets, whatever. I can deal with it.
I'm sorry,
They're making the playoffs.
Are we doing hot takes or are we doing horrible takes? Because if we say horrible takes, hey, man, Dallas Cowboys win the Super Bowl. That's my horrible
No,
take
they're winning
right there.
zero games. They're winning 0 games. 0 games.
I agree. We can agree on that.
We agree. Hey,
We can agree on that.
this is
We
what
can
happens. We
agree on
got hold hands and sing "Kumbaya" in the studio. We don't have any Cowboys fans in this show.
Better
right?
not.
Yeah, but they won't speak up now.
Yeah, they're kind of scared in the back.
No, but no. The other team that I got to talk about here is the let's think 49ers.
Okay.
I would like to say Brock Purdy loses his job this year as the starting quarterback.
Why?
Because look at last year. When he didn't play, they still could win games.
Right.
He clearly wasn't like this big, X factor. He's a bum, quite frankly. Brock Purdy, watch this. I want you to know you're a bum. You need to do better. You stink at football. Go home. Tell your wife, I'm sorry. You made your money. Go somewhere else. Go play bowling. Go play pickleball.
Brock Purdy over. Okay, so you're gonna call Brock Purdy trash, but not Geno Smith trash. That's.
It comes from the heart. It comes from the heart.
It comes from the
And
heart.
it comes from these eyeballs have watched a lot of football.
Are you
over the
sure
years.
about that? Was it actual football games, or were you just, I don't even know, doom scrolling on TikTok or something? That's what we're doing?
You know what? These eyeballs can also watch this Jake versus our first episode of a series where Jake faces a random HSN member. Let's see who wins. Good luck to both of them.
Welcome to the first ever Jake versus. Jake will face a random opponent in HSN in a 1v1 in multiple sports. Our first guest is the one, the only Alan. Alan takes us to soccer, where he scores a pen. Good attempt from the keeper, but it's going to be tough to beat Alan in this game. Jake, and he sends that ball to the moon. Come on, Jake, lock in. Alan, another good step up. He slips. He falls on his rear end, but he does score. Oh my God, Jake. Come on, lock in, man. Alan, they go 3 for 3. Keeper's got to do better. Come on, man. You stink. Oh, and again, come on, lock in, bro. Alan, to seal the deal, he sends the keeper the wrong way, pretty much wins, but you know what? We'll give Jake a bonus PK. If he scores this, we'll give him a redemption. Keeper staring at Jake. Jake, slow run up. Oh, keeper, you finally saved the shot. Good for you. Jake takes us to running. We will leave the commentary alone and let the running speak for itself. Let's go.
Jake's in an early lead. Allen keeping pace though. It'll stay close all the way to the end. Jake checks his shoulders. All the way to the black line. Black line. And here goes Allen, slips on the turn, but he puts the burners on. Here we go. The close range to the finish. Allen closing the gap. Jake running out of gas. What do we have here?
Jake wins, taking us to basketball. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to let this basketball speak for itself. The music's going to be very docile and calm. Jake in the post, nice and relaxing. Sir, where are we going? I don't really want to talk about this one. Allen for 3, clank. We were going to play first to 11, then we were going to play first to 5. And after 30 minutes, we decided to play first to 3. So, yeah, have fun. Bear with us. Allen with the, it's just, I don't really know. I don't really know what to say. I'm going to let my co-commentator speak for me.
Just banging and banging and banging. When a guy's banging you, you spin off of him. Those are the worst defenders to play against, actually, because if you can feel their body.
Thank you, Charles Barkley, for your wise wisdom. And Allen, what's he doing?
Ho, ho.
Great! Instant replay. Let's look at that. Allen is feeling himself. Little no-looker. Let's look at the replay. Allen says, look at me. Get this on camera. This is going to be a good shot. Oh, look at that. With confidence. He said, I'm a scorer. You think I'm bad at basketball? Well, I shoot better without looking at the basket. Credit where credit's due. Allen. Jeez. Give him a round of applause. Allen feeling a little confident after that. You know, ooh. He goes to right. A little he lost the dribble. All right, let's not get too cocky here. Oh, Jake with the strap. Let's see that again. Hit it again for us, Jake. Hey, strap, yeah.
Ho, ho, ho.
Green Giant.
Allen! No way! He did it again. Not once, not twice. Maybe he'll do it 3 times this game. But geez, Allen. Okay, Jake. Clank. Watch out. Watch your hands, ladies and gentlemen. He's building a house. Oh. He did it! Jake O'Donnell. With a point. Oh, my God. Okay, Jake, 1. Dribble. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. It went in. 2-2. I don't know if we count that, though. Is that not traveling? Allen, 3 for 3. No, he's not 3 for 3. All right, can we get out of here? Anybody else want to go home? Jake. I'm just going to put the infinity sign up. I mean, they were just walking at this point. If he went on that, we would have DQ'd him. I promise. Allen has the hat off, by the way. We can tell he's taking it real serious now. All right, Allen. Take us home. Mia's standing behind me, hoping we can go home. Can you win the game for us, Allen? Little post. Charles Barkley, when a guy's banging, he's banging and banging in the post. Oh, really bad camera work from Mr. Cameraman. Definitely not me. Allen wins. Good job, Allen. Proud of you. Well, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you back in the studio, and hopefully you tune in to the next Jake Versus.
This was by far one of the greatest rivalries in the history of HSN, hands down. Welcome, everyone, to our 2026 NBA playoff preview alongside Jake O.D., Matt Pollard, and Jake Wallace. Or Wallace, he's known. I'm Dylan Devine. Guys, let's get right into it. First and foremost, we have a live game going on right now. We have the Heat and the Hornets going against each other. Currently, the score that we had picked up is 54-52 Heat. You have Mitchell with 10 points, LaMelo with 17, guys. Are they going to be buzzing in the playoffs, the Charlotte Hornets? I think they are.
They'll win 1 game max if they're playing Detroit. That's that's
they'll get one
really?
game at home where LaMelo goes nuts, but then come on.
It'll be like after
you really think that
it's
the
such a
Charlotte
young
Hornets
core
are going to do anything?
No.
Come on.
It's such a young core, and I think they have an opportunity to take advantage of it now for the experience, and I give it maybe 2 or 3 seasons. I think they'll be able to be a potential top 5, maybe 6, maybe.
I mean,
7?
It doesn't really matter at the end. It doesn't really matter because this is the West. This is their championship to lose. I think the Spurs are going to win it all. But what about you guys?
Yeah, that's another point to make up too. 4-1, the Spurs were against the OKC Thunder this entire year. That's the little brother energy right there, Pollard.
I mean, if I had to pick someone, I would say OKC. But like you just said, Spurs have had their number this year. So the thing is, either Spurs or OKC, whoever wins that series will more likely than not win the whole thing this year.
Now let's send it off to the city of brotherly love with brotherly injuries. Joel Embiid and the 76ers going with his injury. What do we think, guys? Is this a first-round exit, unfortunately?
We're going to win the playoff game, the playing game, but it's going to unfortunately be a first-round exit because it's painful. Because I know you feel the same, but
I do.
This would be a finals run within a healthy Embiid.
It 100% would have been. And if we're going to win tomorrow, the Magic are bums. Bums.
I wouldn't say the Magic are bums. You guys match with the same record. I think, granted,
Banchero sucks. Banchero sucks.
Banchero's a good player.
No,
you have to admit that.
In the last 5 years, if it wasn't for Zachary Reese-Share, he'd be
if this is
one of the
two
worst
truths and one lie, you're playing 2 lies and maybe a slight truth. You can't compare left and right and apples and oranges between the Sixers and the Orlando Magic.
I mean, I want to shift real quick. I want to bring it back to the West.
Yeah,
I got some
do?
beef, honestly.
What do you got?
That
What's
I feel
your
like
beef today?
My beef today is with people who deny the greatness of LeBron James.
Tony Dean would really like your support right now.
I talked about this, and Pollard wasn't a big fan of this. I wholeheartedly believe LeBron is going to win the Lakers this playoff series against the Rockets.
Seriously?
Without a doubt.
You spent all this, you put all the assets into getting Luka, and now you're like, LeBron is our savior.
LeBron is the greatest.
What's his playoff series record against KD so far, though?
That doesn't matter now.
It doesn't matter when KD has the Avengers, and who's LeBron have?
He's got his son.
He's got Kevin Love.
His son isn't playing that
He's
much.
got Bronny Jr.
Yeah, what else?
Okay, the thing is,
are gonna
LeBron is such a nice guy. He gifted KD 2 rings.
So generous.
He's just a really good guy like that.
He's a family man.
He's the greatest for all. He's the greatest for a reason.
I think it's time, now rushing into it now, I think it's time to go to the concrete jungle and bring up these lovely New York Knicks and Jalen Brunson. Shout out to Mendy for the jersey, though.
Hold on.
Yeah, what's up? What do you think of Brunson, though?
I think I got a better Jalen Brunson jersey.
Yeah, what's
for
that?
you. Oh, here you go. Here's this little trash bag. There.
So how come? What's the displeasure with Jalen Brunson, though?
Bum.
You're not winning a chip with Brunson.
Wait, what does that say?
He's a flopping bum.
Does that mean 11 points a game in the playoffs?
It might be, but look.
11 total points his whole playoff.
I think you have to look at the fact that, granted, look, the West is going to be running this said NBA Finals, but you do have to look at either the Pistons, maybe the Celtics with Jason Tatum, without. But it's the power of friendship, New York Knicks. I mean, I was saying it before to Anthony and Emily. You really missed the team with Isaiah Hartenstein, DiVincenzo, Randall, Brunson. I mean, all the disrespect to the haters out there. The hate for Brunson only came after he was named a captain, a legacy player for the Knicks, and all this hatred didn't exist when he was in Dallas. Granted, he wasn't that great in Dallas and didn't have the platform he has now in New York, but I just still feel like the hatred from either Boston, Philly, I just think it's overreacting. That's me personally, but I see what you guys mean.
Well, I mean, listen, the Knicks, they have Josh Hart, Twitter fingers, they got Kitty Cat, Purr, and then they got Michael Bridges, who they gave 5 first-round picks for it. By the way, which would have gotten Giannis now, but
I mean, you're going to ride the highway for the Knicks
at least
until
Michael Bridges doesn't miss games.
The one game and then gets injured. But overall, guys, wrapping it up real quick, do you have any final predictions right now? A championship? Does OKC run it back again? Does the Celtics make a miraculous run?
I can start this one. I think this is the Spurs chip to lose. I mean, like Wemby this year is just so above everyone, and I don't think they figured him out yet. So with that supporting cast, Dylan Harper, Stephon Castle, De'Aaron Fox. I mean, that's an elite group of guards.
We'll pass this off to the Knicks. What do you guys have?
I got the Spurs.
Spurs, Pollard?
I'll go OKC.
Fair enough. That's going to wrap it up from us here inside the studio. Thank you guys for watching our playoff matchup predictions. And now, let's hand it off to some of the ladies of HSN as they discuss their journeys in the sports world.
Hello and welcome to Just Girls Talk. My name is Victoria alongside these lovely ladies. Being, women in sports, has it held you back from either applying to an internship or job? Have you kind of stepped back from any role due to being a woman?
Me personally, I don't let being a woman decide whether or not I can get an internship or not. I just go for it.
I don't think I've ever not done something because I am a woman in sports, but I will say I think I have two of my big sports experiences are very different. We have HAA, which is majority woman, so we kind of dominate the group. Whereas if you come to HSN, I mean all the women are sitting right here on one screen.
But ever since I joined HSN, I've never looked back. And I think that's what helped me become the head manager of the men's basketball team. I was the only woman for a while. I mean, there was other managers, but I was the head manager. So I was that one woman in it, traveling with all the guys. I was the mom of the group. And I think that also helped me push myself and apply to things I never would have thought I would apply for.
I also agree with that. I mean, I just like that I have girls to talk with about sports. I feel like growing up, most guys don't talk to you about sports because they assume you don't know what's happening. But I feel like now, as we are doing right now, we just have a group to connect with and also be respected.
My first day of HSN, I was terrified because I was it's gonna be all men. I don't know what I'm doing. And I walk in and I saw Vic, and she immediately was come film this video. But I was oh my gosh, there's girls here, and she's actually excited for me to be here and excited for this to be a space that I can share with her.
Obviously, March Madness just ended. There was a very high view percentage this year, and I feel that's definitely something we should talk about.
And I'm just so happy that people are finally watching women's sports, and also that trickles down into salaries and into people being able to make money and like live on their own, because for a while like any women's professional player, like they couldn't survive with just their own salary of their sports.
I mean, obviously aside from just basketball, like we have the WNBA, but all women's sports in my opinion are sort of growing. Softball is getting more professionally.
Yeah.
You can even see like women's soccer is even growing. Women's ice hockey is growing a lot too.
Especially even here at UD
Lacrosse.
too. Everything is growing.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's all about the connections too.
I love connecting with the story. Like it's more than just the game. Like they're people. Like they're more than just athletes. They're more than just players. Like they are people as well. And I love connecting to the player. I love connecting to the story because that's what kind of why I love sports too. Like it's more than just the game.
I also think that like the rise of social media has also definitely helped with women's sports because everyone's getting to see like their own like personal life outside of just their sport. So like seeing what they do on the side and everything like that with their classes and their daily routines.
And I like enjoy that. I feel like that's the bright side of the media is that it's allowing like us and even like young girls to connect with these athletes and be like, I can do this even if I have challenges, even if I come from like not the best upbringing. Like it just gives them confidence and just grows up in like a better environment.
Leaning on to that, is there any advice anyone gives out for people watching, either, you know, I'm graduating, cry, you guys or anyone watching at home? Does anyone have any advice or anything?
I would just say that like confidence is like probably the best thing that you could have as a woman. Like I said, there's going to be plenty of times where you're surrounded by a bunch of men, and like that can be intimidating. But you kind of have to use that to like fuel your fire.
Honestly, I completely agree that confidence is key. Like if you believe that you can succeed, you will. Because if you let the fact that you're the only woman in the room hold you back, then you will not be able to get that job. Confidence is going to lead you to success.
Being in a room with all men, it can be intimidating, but like I think it's important to take a step back and be like, I'm in the room, I'm making that jump, and just you're gonna get there.
Close it out with my biggest advice is just go for it. Literally go for it. The worst thing they're going to say is no. I mean, I've applied to at least 50 jobs and I've gotten 45 no's already. But as long as you have you put your mind to it, you're going to get it, if that makes sense. And also, don't hesitate to ask for some advice. Ask for help. I guess that's going to end it here with Just Girls Talk. Thank you for watching and have a good night. Back to you guys in the studio.
You guys know what time it is?
What time is it?
It's NFL mock draft time. It's the HSN yearly mock draft with the NFL draft just a little bit over a week away. Thursday, April 23rd. The boys, Sam Mendelson, Will McCarthy, James Gallagher, and Sam Cucuzella are going to deliver you guys our yearly mock draft. Mr. Gallagher, do you want to take this away?
Okay, without further adu, the first pick of the 2026 HSN mock draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Fernando Mendoza, quarterback, Indiana University, reigning Heisman, reigning Natty Chip. What?
I don't know what was better, the prospect we have here in Mendoza or that delivery. Thank you, Gallagher. That was amazing.
Was so beautiful.
That was beautiful. But let me just talk about Fernando Mendoza for a second. This is a massive opportunity for the Las Vegas Raiders. They're building around him. They have the guys on the O-line, which they didn't have last year. They have a good running back. They have a good tight end. They're picking up guys on defense. They kept Max Crosby. Sorry to all the Ravens fans out there. But listen, if things go well, if Mendoza lives up to his potential like he plans to be, the Raiders will be in the Super Bowl in 5 years.
Yeah, I mean, speaking
in 5 years? 5 years.
Speaking on a great foundation, though, sorry to interrupt you, but I mean, head coach Clint Kubiak, a lot of people are calling him the QB whisperer, and what better quarterback to mentor him than Kirk Cousins? I mean, come on, Kirk Cousins and Mendoza, that's like the greatest QB room of all time.
I'm not gonna
throw
lie.
Jameis Winston in there, and that's my CTV.
I'm not gonna lie. I have to be a little bit of a hater. I don't think Mendoza's gonna be that good. If he was playing for your Birds, I think he'd be doing good.
We already have a great quarterback. You don't, but we'll get to that later.
The foundation's there. You got Brock Bowers, you got Jalen Naylor, Dante Thornton, Jack Bash. They're probably going to draft a receiver at 34, Ashton Genty. They got the left tackle. They got to finish out. They got to fix the right tackle.
But they got to beat Mahomes twice a year. They got to beat Bodacious twice a year.
You got to beat Mahomes
twice a year.
Exactly.
But speaking of a worse foundation, I mean, how about those New York Jets? What are they going to do at 2?
Now, pick number 2 with the New York Jets. And I know we mentioned him earlier in this broadcast, but shout out Tony Dean, because your New York Jets are going to take a member of your favorite college team, the Ohio State University. You guys will be getting Arvell Reese. And I think that this is a pick that they have to make. I mean, I think that there's a lot of choices here. Bailey's a choice. Sonny Styles is certainly a choice. But I think that Reese is just that type of guy. He's the guy.
I mean,
he's
just
utility
speaking of
police.
Reese, I mean, he's a freak on tape.
Guys,
Watching this guy.
Do we got the draft order messed up or something? They
What's my
took Bailey.
Look, GM Cucuzella took Reese. I mean, what can I
GM
tell you?
Cucuzella's taking Reese. That's the
They just showed him in a Cardinal
He pivoted.
jersey.
I don't care. He pivoted. He wants Reese because want to know why? He sees Bailey. He sees
unpredictable.
Reese. He looks at the bend that Arvell Reese has, and he looks. Look, David Bailey, 2 years older.
You in
Not
the
the
bend.
same speed.
What's up with you in the bend?
You gotta be a bendy
gosh.
individual. Do you see how stiff David Bailey is? I'm telling you, this guy can fall down the board. Cucuzella, he ain't like those old New York Jets. No, he's getting this right. And you only had Arvell Reese to the Jets at 3 because you wanted him. Now I'm all worked up now.
I had Bailey to the Jets because I want the Cardinals at 3 to take Reese.
Exactly my point.
There's a bias. There's an implicit bias.
He's
the GM.
Just how like you want Love, but you know, we're gonna move on. I'm gonna do the Cardinals pick as I should because I'm a Cardinal fan, and I guess I'm gonna lie. I had us taking Arvell Reese. We're not taking him anymore. We're taking David Bailey, who is from Texas Tech. And the reason Cardinals are gonna make this move, okay? A couple years ago, we're sitting same position, pick number 3. We could have gone Will Anderson. He's now an All-Pro. But what did we do? We traded back. We got Paris Johnson. Not yet an All-Pro. One day, maybe. Probably not. So I think it's a good move by the Cardinals. I know you guys are going to be like, oh, he can't bend. So what? He can't bend to where his back's touching his feet and his feet are touching his head.
I mean, I will say
Get him
about
in the yoga room,
David
man.
Bailey, he plays without gloves. I mean, what type of madman does that?
Me.
Anyone.
Me. Do you even play football?
No.
David Bailey would knock you out with one hit. You would be like,
probably.
You're not getting
all
up.
of us have one hit.
But James Gallagher, Cardinals fan here on the table, Arvell Reese, or David Bailey, pardon me. You guys need a quarterback, though. I've heard some talk about, who is it, Ty Simpson?
Yeah, you'll
Maybe
find
Ty
me-
Simpson?
Ridiculous.
Carson Beck?
I'll be
Carson Beck.
Y'all won't ever see me again if we take one of those 2 quarterbacks. But you know, we got to move along. So who are the Titans taking?
With the 4th pick in the NFL draft, the Tennessee Titans are going to take Jeremiah Love. Oh, Mendy, it's okay.
Look.
Don't worry, Mendy.
I'm going to take this for you while you guys figure whatever the heck it is out over
This
there.
poor guy.
He's going to be all right.
This poor guy.
I mean,
He's sad.
Jeremiah Love, I think, is the best prospect we've seen out of running back Cucuzella in a very long time. I don't know if you've seen the run against Penn
At least
State.
it's like Fournette.
In the
Or Barkley.
I don't know, because look at the run against Penn State in that semifinal /
Oh,
wait, what?
James.
What?
I don't mean to interrupt you, but I think what's
happened?
up with Mendy?
Mendy?
Mendy, what's
Oh my
wrong?
God.
Fernando Mendoza, Arvell Reese, David Bailey, Jeremiah Love, Nixon 5, baby, big New York on my body.
We changed.
What the heck?
What
Why are we
happened?
doing this, bro?
Why are we doing this?
What are we doing?
We're pivoting everything, so you just took my pick at 5, so you know what the Giants are going to do? Guess what? I'm in
What?
style right now. We're taking Sonny
gonna go
Styles, the
out of
linebacker
style.
from Ohio State.
By the time this segment's ending, you're probably gonna have your shirt off, knowing you.
Don't tempt me.
Whoa!
Oh my God.
Hey, yo! You gotta calm down.
Look, this is a guy, my favorite thing about him, he's more smart than he is style. I mean, this is one of the smartest football players you will watch in this year's class.
You sure you guys aren't gonna go little T-Rex arm, Ruben
You mean
Bain?
Ruben Bain, little T-Rex arm? I mean, you're talking about my wingspan, right?
Yeah, your wingspan.
Or you do less.
Well, that's gonna be all from
what we
us on the mock draft tonight. The next time you will get to see HSN will be the 5th episode, the last episode before the finale, on April 28th at 8:30, and we hope to see everybody again. Bye.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Real Talk. We are so happy you decided to tune in today. I'm your host, Erin, joined today by Sierra, Sasha, and Decker. We have so much to talk about this episode, starting with the latest episode, or the latest season of Bridgerton. So, dear sweeters, let's get into it. got a little overexcited there. We have a whole season to talk about.
I don't even know where to start.
Wait, so background for people who don't know Bridgerton, can you give like a quick rundown?
Okay, so basically each season follows